Well, hello, and welcome to another episode of Ladies Listen Up. What is your relationship with your money? I hope everybody is doing well. Before we get started, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Share this information with somebody else. Go to nudge your girlfriend. Today we have a very special episode. We are going to talk about the importance of journaling. Actually, there are 10 specific benefits of journaling. Who would have thought, right? Just writing things down and getting them out of your head, right? But before we get started, let me take a sip of the tea. So the mug of the day says, "Be brave, be bold." Mm. Oh, that's two sips, y'all. Oh, that is delicious. Got my ginger and lemon going on again. Alrighty, let's grab Grandma's cookie jar and see what types of chips and nuggets is in Grandma's cookie jar for today. It says, "Do what your heart leads you to do." Man, it ties right into our importance of journaling and the benefits of journaling. How are we going to know what our heart is leading us to do if we're all over the place and we're not organized, right? Even in our, organizing our closets and organizing our, organize our car, right? We organize our shoes, our purses, we organize our suits if we're talking about men. We organize all of these things, but it's very important that we also organize our thoughts, man. Everything starts with a thought, right? And on the back, the second nugget for today says, "Forget the mistakes, but remember the lessons." How can we remember the lessons if we're not writing them down, right? Wow. So, we're going to have a link in the description box so that you can go and explore the different types of journals and so that, you can go ahead and purchase your journal right away. No procrastinating, right? We're going to make sure that we do that right away. So we're going to do a little bit of a series here. We're going to talk about the 10 benefits and the importance of journaling today, but we're also going to get into part two, SMART goals. And then we're going to round it up with part three, the types of journaling and the types of journals, right? And I'm going to bring in my partner, Coach Michael Bart Matthews, that he can help us take that one home, get a home run on that one, right? We're also going to talk about some things that we have coming up in 2023, y'all. We are right down here at the last hour of 2022. But guess what? There's still time for us to get some things into place and make sure that we are, one, let me pull up one of my journals. I think I've shown quite a few of these journals, but, they're all over the place because that's what I do. I organize my projects in specific journals. So here's one of them. This one says Faith Over Fear. I love subscribe journals, or I do have a couple of just plain journals, but it just depends on what you're looking to do. I like to be inspired. So when I look at pretty pages or color pages or pages with with inspiring messages on it, it helps me and it helps my mental. Here's another one. The adventure begins. Adventure begins. This is one. This is a fun one. I like this one. And you can also in your journaling, yep, have them all over the place. So in your journaling, you are going to. It's going to be a way for you to put everything down and to organize your thoughts, to prioritize, tasks to help you get your goals in place. Oftentimes that we don't achieve our goals because we do New Year's resolutions at the end of the year, right? New Year's Eve is coming up. So we do New Year's resolutions. One, we don't write them down. Two, we don't, I'm going to say we fail to write them down. And number two, we say what we're going to do, but we don't give ourselves a roadmap. We don't map it out. Like, if we wanted to go from here to, say, Florida or California, we wouldn't just get in our car and just start driving. We never get there, right? We, ever get there. But if we really, really are serious about getting there, we're going to map it out, find out how do I go, which freeway, which expressway, how long is it going to take me? How much fuel do I need? How much, how many snack bags do I need to get with fruit, right? How many, what do I need to do? Where are the rest stops? We're gonna map that thing out. But in life, we don't do that. We just get going, put our foot on the gas, and we just go, right? So if we want to get there effectively, let me explain a little bit about or share with you a little bit about the benefits, right? There are 10 specific benefits to journaling, okay? It improves your mental health. And we've been talking about, post-traumatic stress. We've been talking about depression, anxiety, a lot of the, mental health challenges that we have that oftentimes they go undiagnosed, or we don't even know what's going on. We just think that's the norm. But this will help you to improve mental health. It encourages self-confidence. Wow, right? Because you're hearing it in your own voice, right? It boosts emotional intelligence. That's big for us to be able to assess situations, right? We don't even think that we need to write it down. Oftentimes we're just reacting versus responding. So to help us take a step back, what did we talk about in one of our episodes? We said pivot if you must, but don't pause, don't stop, right? Okay, it helps to help us with achieving our goals, like what we're talking about, help us to get there. I'm telling you, I looked in my journals, and there was one that I shared with the other day. I looked in my journal and I said, man, everything that I wrote down for 2022, I actually did some more, and so I exceeded the expectations. Some of the things I changed my mind about it, so I pivot. But you just write that down or just jot that down. I've gotten to the point now where I even carry a little journal in my purse because it helps me to write down my list, right? What do they say about going to the grocery store? When you write those lists down, you pretty much, if you stick to those lists, you stay on budget, right? Remember, we're talking about our money and how to get our money right. All of these little things, they help us to get our money right. They help us to get in a better position so that we're more in control of our finances, more in control of our outcomes, right? Because we do have a hand in it. Oftentimes we think life just continues to happen to us, but we actually have a hand in the outcome. So we said it helps us to achieve our goals is number 4. Number 5, it inspires creativity. Man, y'all, I know I don't need additional inspiration being creative. I'm telling you, why do you think I have all of these journals? I'm going to stop there and show you another journal. This is one of my basic journals. Love this journal as well. This one actually I use. So I have journals that I have for specific projects, right? So for if I need to follow up with somebody, I know I grab this book because it has all of my information in it. It has contact information and what date did I talk to somebody, and what are we going to do? Are we going to work together, collaborate together? Is it something I can help them with, or something they can help me with? So that's what that black journal is for. I even have a journal, you all. Yes, I'm very creative. I have a little journal here. It says, "Dream it, do it." This one, believe it or not, is when I wanted to study fish, right? I wanted to understand, to have a couple of aquariums, and I want to understand, lifespan. How do I take care of them? Which fish go with which fish? Which fish do I even like? This helped me to explore what do I love about fish. I think it's so beautiful watching them in the water. But guess what? It's a lot of work keeping up an aquarium. Found that out really quick. Set that project to the side. So you all don't laugh, but I have a mini tree in one aquarium, and I have some props in another aquarium. So there goes my study on my fish, right? But that's what we do when we learn how to journal. It really does make a huge difference. When we're younger, what is it? Do diaries, right? So girls have diaries, but the journaling is unisex for men or for women. We just, we're writing our thoughts down and we're helping ourselves to stay on track, right? Number 6, it also boosts memory, right? And as we get older, we start to, sometimes we have so many projects going on that it's really challenging, and for those, that know, there's just a lot that you can help yourself do with writing it down and keeping track, because our lives are so busy and we have so much going on. So that's something that can help us to stay on track and boost our memory. Number 7, it enhances critical thinking skills. Wow. Who would have thought just writing down your thoughts would help you to increase critical thinking skills? Man, oh man. Here's another one of my journals. So I guess I'm introducing you to my journals today. This is Make It Work, right? And you do want to start with one. You want to start with one, and we're going to show you when my partner comes on, we're going to show you specifically a system that is absolutely phenomenal when you're journaling. So your task today is just to acquire your first journal so that we can help you walk through the process, okay? It's really, really fun. Once you start doing it, I don't know if this is partially, maybe it's a hobby for me now. I'm not sure, but getting organized is absolutely amazing. And what better time than to do it right here at the end of the year, so you go into next year, on a with a clean slate. Number 8, it heightens the academic performance, or your academic performance, right? Again, keeping it in one place, as you continue to learn. And one thing you'll learn too, if you're in classes, as you are journaling, you are actually documenting the coursework, but you also are creating a reference tool for yourself so that you can go back and you can refer back to the things that you've learned and to see how far you've grown. That's one of the things that I love about journaling. It helps you to understand how far you have grown, right? Number 9, it improves physical health. It improves your physical health as well, right? Again, if our mental is clear, then it's going to help us physically. I know when I started to, and it helps the other way around as well. When I started to work out on a consistent basis, at least 3 to 4, I committed to 3, but 4 times. But if I get to 5, I know I've knocked it out the ballpark for the week. But it does help me because it clears my head mentally, right? It helps me to, I'm stronger when I go to, stretch, move something. Even my walking has improved. So it's mental and physical, it goes together. And you want to make sure that you're also getting in the proper nourishment as well. And lastly, something just flew in my face. Excuse me. Lastly, it strengthens communication and writing skills. And this is all according to the University of St. Augustine for Health Science. So it helps you to strengthen your communication and your writing skills. And what they say, practice makes perfect. So continue to practice, right? And that's going to help you, right? So there's a couple other things. Well, it was one of my other journals, right? Yes, I am a student of what I teach. I practice what I preach, and here's another, right? And then I have plenty more. But just start off with one, and we're going to show you how to map it out. Just one of our ways of helping us to, get more organized, right? So let's just review the importance of journaling. It helps to improve mental health, right? It helps us to write out, like, maybe a stressful event. You can have one journal for that. You're writing out your stressful events and things that happen, and you can look at it, you can analyze it. How did you react to it? Did you respond to it? What was the lesson? What did you learn from it? What won't you do again? It helps you even in relationships, to balance out. There's a when you go through therapy, there's a will that they have you to create, and then in that will, it asks you to list the relationships, right? All the spokes, the different relationships, and then you want to look at the relationships. You want to see which relationships are you only given to. Is it a one-way street, or are you also getting from that relationship? So is it a one, or is it a win-win relationship, or are you just constantly pouring? And you'll get to learn a lot about yourself when you start to write these things out. And then, if it's something that you really, really want to know or learn about yourself, writing it down, you're hearing it in your own voice, right? It helps us to do what? It helps us to pivot, not pause. It helps us to map it out, right? Journaling has also been reported to help with, there's a type of journaling, and it's called critical and reflective journaling, okay? That helps you to analyze the past and the present, right? There's also, when we go back to the stressful events, when you're writing those down, it helps you to process, and what with cognitive processing and emotional expression. So sometimes we may have an issue with somebody, and we maybe they're not available for us to talk it out. Maybe they don't want to talk it out. They're not open or willing, but you still hold that toxicity inside of you. So you want to go ahead and you want to journal it out. And then sometimes if you just throw the letter away or ball it up, that helps you to process it, to get it out of your system. Or you can keep the letter and you want to reflect back to it. This is something that you've overcome. It helps you journaling also helps you to improve mood, manage your symptoms if you're having some type of symptoms. We always say make sure that you check with your doctor, make sure that with your medical doctor, or get under therapy. It's nothing wrong with that. It helps us, right? So it also, with journaling, it helps us to prioritize and process problems, fears, and concerns, right? You don't want to keep all that toxicity running around in you. So the basis for today was to help us with what the importance of journaling is and what the 10 benefits of journaling is, right? So don't forget to check in the description box for the link to purchase your journal and meet us right on back here. We're going to go for part 2, SMART goals, and number 3, the types of journaling. And hopefully we're making this very, very, very simple so that anybody can pick it up and it can start to adding value, and it can start to helping you to improve to yourself to reach your goals. And if you want to call it a New Year's resolution, okay, fine. But make sure that when you're doing writing your goals out, guess what's going to happen? It's going to help you to stick to it. Or even if we're going to talk a little bit more even about dating those dates, putting dates to your goals. But we'll talk about that in the next episode. All righty. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Share this information with somebody else. Don't forget to listen, learn, leverage the information. Bye for now. Oh, and stay fearless.